Hi everyone, I'm Robert.
I'm Beatrice.
And this is our TLC Level 2.
For Spring Session B, and this is class number 4. We've been talking about frame. The class title is Paint Your Framing, and how you can use frame for communication, for safety, and also how you can do some fancy cool moves.
Especially a way for follows to kind of hijack occasionally and learn some cool stuff of their own.
Yeah, so we've been focusing on Charleston the last 2 weeks, and this week was tandem. But before we got into tandem, we did a little fun lead follow hop hop thing. We don't really know what the name for it is, but
it's a
looks like this.
It's a regular styling, so you have your basic, bop, bop, up, and then leads. You go like this, and then back to regular. Okay. So the way that this works is, again, as a lead, even though it looks really fancy, especially the separation that we have, as a lead I want to avoid leaping forward and potentially getting off balance, because if Beatrice steps away or if she jumps too far back, then I can
pull him off balance, and then that's an injury waiting to happen. We do not want that on the dance floor.
Exactly. So instead I'm actually really leaping underneath myself, and during the basic rock step kick, kick, and double kick, I kind of hang out in front, so I don't move with my partner, and then when I hop hop, I'm already ahead. So you can see that that looks like this. So do bop bop, do ba-da, 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 ba-da. Okay? After that...
so the timing for that is a slow, a quick, slow. It looks like this. A slow, a quick, slow. A couple notes on that. It doesn't really matter which foot goes first, if it's ba-dum or ba-dum, but you do want to have that timing. And also for follows, well, leads too, but for follows, you want to make sure that you release that right foot at the end so that you're ready for your next rock step. So a little cheat that I like to do on that last slow is do a kind of and out, so that my weight is on my left foot and my right foot is free to do that next rock step. Okay.
Yes. One other note is on that slow, quick, slow. That final slow, we actually don't want to separate. We want to use that last move to realign.
So we're doing a separate, separate together.
Yeah.
So the last slow is find your partner and line up with them so you're ready to do the next move.
Yeah. So once again, with all that in mind, you can see what it looks like. So I do ba ba, I do ba da ba da ba da ba da ba. Do back to basic.
Yeah.
Cool.
So next we talked about how to get into tandem.
But first we talked about what tandem is in general. So it looks like this. It's basically same as basic Charleston, except the follow is in front.
And the follow is doing the lead footwork. That means I'm rock stepping on my left foot and double kicking on my right. Double kick.
Good. We have some safety tips about this. So number one, I'm keeping the follow, I have this hand connection, and I'm just touching the palm of Beatrice's hand, like so. And I don't want to steer my poor partner. And the other thing is I don't want to pull her hands back or in or come around too much. I don't want to be too far or too close. I'm not trying to get cozy, right?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of just in the right spot that's comfortable for both. And really, I'm letting Beatrice kind of do her hand motion. If I were to kind of just separate, you can see I'm kind of imitating what she would do naturally. I just kind of am connected, so we're dancing together, okay?
A couple notes on that. It's the same way that you walk. You have your opposite arm in front as your leg, or, you know. The other thing for follows, the safety tip is you are in control of where your body is, so make sure that your arms are kind of in front of you. Don't ever let them get behind you. Don't try to adjust to where your lead is in a weird way, because that's a really easy way to get injured. So be comfortable, be safe, have your arms slightly in front of you, kind of a short distance between your elbow and your waist, and let them be there, and your lead will come to you.
Yeah. And also, since we're doing this together, to avoid injury, you'll notice on the rock step, Beatrice steps out.
So instead of going straight back, where I could potentially kick Robert, I go side.
Exactly.
So again, instead of going back, I'm going side.
Good.
So how do we get into tandem?
Yep, so we decided to stray from the A-frame, which is typically taught, and this is sort of a tuck turn variation. It looks like this, and okay, and
Slow down footwork for the follow is a rock, step, triple step, rock, step, rotate, rotate, rock step. Ready for the rock step.
Yep. So step, step, yeah.
Step, step. So again, sorry.
That's good.
A rock, step, triple step, a rock, step, 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 rock, step, kick, double kick.
Cool. For leads, this is just basic 8 count in place. So a rock, step, a triple step, a step, step, triple step, a back. However, you'll notice that the follow gets kind of entwined right here. And really, I'm letting Beatrice unwind herself. And I'm switching hands. The worst thing is to try to yank my partner out of a turn because they're already under a lot of tension already. So if I just pull, that's going to be too much and we might separate or they might fall that way. So you'll notice here that really Beatrice is getting herself unstuck. I'm just providing connection, and that's how we get into it. It's a very kind of quiet move for leads. It's a lot more subtle than you'd think.
You lead it kind of like a tuck turn, right?
So normal tuck turn is up here, and I'm doing the same thing except I'm just catching Beatrice by surprise. And then from here it's, oh, okay, and she
let me
turns,
unwind and get into it.
turns out of it.
Yeah.
Cool.
And the last thing we talked about was how a follow can hijack the tandem so that the follow's in back and the lead is in front. And the key to that is you do a rock step waiter, meaning you lift up your arm like a waiter,
On the kick.
and then on the double kick you rotate around and you get into that same hand hold, fingers to palm, or if there's a height difference or it's more comfortable, you can also do elbows.
Yep.
And that looks like this. A rock step kick, basic, and a rock step waiter, double kick.
Yeah. So as a lead, to make it easy for Beatrice, obviously this hand up is a big signal because I didn't put this up there and usually I lead, so there's a good clue for me. And when she turns, I come with her. So I just do the basic in place to make it easy for her to find me. I do ba ba, do ba da ba da. And also I avoid kicking back for the same reason as before. I don't want to injure my poor partner.
Yeah.
So you'll notice that when we do this turn, let's do basic. And when she leads this, I notice and I just try to accommodate and keep my steps small until we're kind of aligned and she has her hands with me. And now I can do wherever. And I do the same thing. I rock step side, kick, double, and side, kick. If I want to hijack, up, double, kick.
Yep. Oh, and one more thing that we talked about was the drop,
Oh yeah.
which is from tandem, the lead.
So it just looks like this. So you can do basic, and then. So the way this is led is I'm signaling Beatrice by moving her hand down, but instead of just a surprise throw or yank, it actually comes up,
Windmill.
kind of like you're swimming, and it's really subtle. So normally I'm trying to move these hands on a track, 5, 6, 7, kick, to bottom. So just think up, and then I just settle. So instead of being flat like this, it's up, hold. And again, leads this, you can overlead this and make it too vigorous, too forceful, potentially painful. So just think about clarity, not strength. And I'm really not doing anything to tax any of my partner.
Yeah, it's not really forceful. I can also opt out of it. He can do it and I can just stay in place. I didn't go with him,
Yep.
you notice. So that's just an indication that he's not forcing my arm down, but he's putting his arm down with his body, and I'm trying to keep my arm connected to my body, so when my arm goes down, I try to bring my body with it. Again, keeping that frame. And that is everything that we covered for this week. We've got a lot more in store for you next week, so we hope to see you, and yeah, see you next week. Bye.
All right.